Good evening. I'm Julie Krakauer Moore. I'm the zoning administrator for the town of Lexington. I'm here this evening with a short presentation on Article 48, requested changes to the town's bylaw as it pertains to short-term rentals. So the zoning bylaw section 135-6.10 was approved in 2020. We've had over 3 years now to monitor the impacts of short-term rentals and also to increase safety for short-term rental guests. The intent of Article 48 is to decrease the impacts of these short-term rentals on abutters. We would like to eliminate the contact tracing requirement. We'd like to add in parking restrictions, and we'd also like to preserve multifamily developments for the long-term rental housing stock. So the impact of the current short-term rental bylaw: an operator can rent out the entire dwelling, the entire house, or they can rent up to 3 individual short-term rental bedrooms. They can also concurrently rent up to 3 rooming units. And as you can imagine, that increase of 6 renters on vehicle traffic coming and going all hours of the day and night, as well as the increased vehicle traffic for deliveries such as Uber Eats, is significant in terms of the abutters. Parking is currently restricted in Table 1, permitted uses and development standards. It's not easily visible to the operators of short-term rentals, which is why we'd like it here. They can apply for a special permit if they would like to have more than 4 vehicles parked on their lot. So moving this restriction here doesn't totally eliminate the possibility, if needed and if appropriate, to obtain a special permit to park more vehicles on their lot. And then the maximum number of guests allowed is currently in the building commissioner's regulations. And we would like to see the restrictions on number of guests actually in the short-term rental bylaw. So here's the requested changes. Rather than a short-term rental operator being able to rent out 3 individual bedrooms to 3 separate guests, we'd like the maximum to be no more than 2 bedrooms rented to a single party. And then we would like no concurrent rental of rooming units. And we really think this will decrease the impact on the neighbors of these short-term rental properties. We'd like to copy the restriction for outdoor parking to 4 vehicles max from the use table to the short-term rental bylaw. Again, for 2 reasons. 1, it's front and center for these operators. And B, if at any point it changes in the use table, it's set here and approved by town meeting. And then the maximum of 10 total guests or 2 adult guests per bedroom, whichever is fewer, is copied directly from the building commissioner's regulations. Again, we would like that not to change, and we request the town meeting approve it here. In terms of safety, the building and fire code inspections continue, and I think that's important for safety. And contact tracing is no longer required for COVID per the health department. And so we request deleting that requirement to maintain that detailed log for contact tracing. And lastly, last year, town meeting approved opportunities for more multifamily dwellings in Lexington. We would propose prohibiting short-term rentals on lots with more than 2 dwelling units. We think that's important as a mechanism to preserve the multi-family housing stock adopted last year. Just preserve it as long-term housing stock and prevent investors from coming into Lexington, purchasing these dwelling units and using them for short-term rentals. Thank you very much. I'm happy to take any questions.